Welcome to week 2 of Candidate Voices with 5051 Savannah, a series that brings you 5-minute interviews with candidates for Georgia's 1st Congressional District, U.S. House Election 2026. We welcome any candidates running for this office who meet our mission of upholding the Constitution and ending executive overreach to participate. Each of our candidates receives the same question in advance, and all are allowed to prepare. This week, 2 of our candidates had unavoidable scheduling conflicts. We hope they'll join us again next week. We have Joey Palimeno with us now. Welcome, Joey. Here's the question. Tourism, ports, and agriculture are economic drivers in coastal Georgia, but many workers still struggle with low wages and unstable employment. What steps will you take in Congress to support small businesses, promote fair wages, and diversify the district's economy?
Thanks for having me on again. And yes, tourism, ports, and agriculture may drive the economy in coastal Georgia, but working people like myself are the ones that really keep those industries going. But they're being left behind. I know that because I've lived it myself. I'm not coming at this from a think tank or a lobbying firm. I'm coming at it as a working class dad who struggled to pay the bills, work long hours, overtime, and still keep on falling behind despite everything I do. That experience shapes everything I believe about the economy and how we should grow it. Not from the top up, but from the or top down, but from the bottom up. The fact that Congress hasn't raised the minimum wage in nearly 20 years since 2007 is a disgrace to me. And Georgia's minimum wage is even lower on paper at just $5, but we follow the federal rate of 7.25. And 7.25 an hour is not a wage you can live on in this district. Not with today's rent, food, gas, all that kind of stuff, especially healthcare costs. In Congress, I'll fight to raise the minimum wage to a real living wage and not just for show. That includes eliminating the tip sub-minimum wage and the discriminatory sub-minimum wage that still allows people with disabilities like my son Jason to literally be paid pennies on the dollar. No one should be earning poverty wages in my eyes, especially in the richest nation in the world. We also need to support people who are trying to organize for better working conditions. I will proudly stand with unions and support the right to organize in every single industry. As a teamster at UPS, I've seen what happens when workers come together and demand what they deserve. Wages go up, job security improves, and the entire community then benefits. Supporting unions isn't just good policy, it's personal to me. I know what it's like to feel powerless at work, with your boss. And I know what it means when you finally actually get a voice in your job. It's really truly a good feeling. Now let's talk about small business a little bit. They're the backbone of our local economy. I'll make sure that federal grant and loan programs reach the businesses that actually need them the most. That means simplifying applications, prioritizing local ownership, and expanding funding to rural communities and underserved areas that are way too often overlooked. When we invest in small businesses, we're investing in our neighbors, not some corporate office in another state that we often do too much. We also need to think about the future of this district. That means diversifying the economy in a way that builds on our strengths. We should be creating jobs in clean energy, solar, offshore wind, and energy efficiency programs that can employ people right here in Georgia. These aren't just climate solutions, they're economic ones. And with the right investment, they can bring union jobs and long-term careers to this district, something we really lack. I also support investing in agriculture, sustainable oyster and shrimp farming that not only creates year-round jobs, but also helps clean our waterways and boost food security. Coastal Georgia should be a national leader in smart, sustainable industry, in my opinion. Let's not forget about our farmers and fishermen. They're being squeezed out by big agribusiness, unfair market competition. I'll stand up for our local producers, the people who actually feed us and keep our traditions alive by fighting for access to federal markets, strong antitrust laws and enforcement, farm protections, and a fair food system that rewards those who do the hard work, not the ones who dominate the food supply. Infrastructure matters too. Broadband access, reliable roads, public transport, affordable housing, all shape how strong our local economy can be. I'll push for those investments because I've lived the reality of not having them, and I know how much it means when we do have that real support. At the end of the day, I'm not running for Congress because it's a stepping stone. I'm running because I've lived the struggle. I won't be a person in Washington who never forgets where I came from. I want to fight for people who feel like they've been working forever just to stay afloat because I've been there. And I'll never stop fighting to make it better. And that's the gist of what I'll do. I'm just I love working class folks, and I'm just so tired of struggling my entire adult life. I just feel like I've been left out, and constantly looking at my bank account, and this bill's coming, and it's then you get hit with late fees, and it's just fee after fee, and I feel like everyone just is always dragging money in me that I just don't have. And it brings so much anxiety into my life, and I want to alleviate that for other people. And that's really the reason why I stepped in the race. And of course, this economics policies are my favorite. It's something I really am passionate about, and I really want to fix this economy for us. Like I said, start from the bottom up, not the top down, because that doesn't work. Tax cuts to big corporations is not helping us at all, and the wealthy don't need any more tax cuts. They're doing quite fine. It's us at the bottom who are really struggling. That's all I got. Thank you so much.